of the rappers, the mission. I see
What's going on, gang? Today, the RP Goldie KOP to the OP14 is being brought to you by the Alt Art 3-piece TCG. Oh, yeah, baby. Got the fro chop, but don't worry. We still got the best hairline in the game. Maybe that's why we're not so angry. Anyways, yes, smash the like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell, go down in the comments, let me know what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what would you be doing differently. This one has been brought to us by Spamthulu, a longtime contributor to our channel, beloved member of our community, and they reached out to me on Discord, as have Don Antonio, okay? And we're working on a croc thing over there. That's gonna be a good one for another day. Don't you guys worry. We're definitely not done with croc. But so anyway, Spamthulu reached out, okay, and they said, "Hey, meteor shower of love and meteor strike of love," and I'm like, "What?" He said 10K leader, and I said, "What? What?" I had to check this card out, okay. Now, for me personally, okay, because I was in the midst of working on another Goldie Roger video, and it was gonna look a lot more like it was going to be the other Roger, right? KOP Gate or something. No, not this one. It was gonna have the promo. It was gonna have two of these, four of the other Roger, right? Four of the other Roger promo. And that was going to be that. You get what I'm saying? It was going to look like... Where's my guy? Yeah, it's going to look like this. Yeah, get that out of here. And, you know, another one of that. Oh, whatever. Anyways, so you get what I'm saying, though. It was going to be more of your typical build into the 14. And I've got to say, at least in my testing, I really do feel like this one is the future. I really do feel like this one's the future. Now... in the course of this video, we will be auditioning this card. And I can tell you, we're going to talk about this card, not everything else, because you guys already know. And if you don't know, I got a playlist for you, okay? So Meteor Strike of Love is an OP06 card, okay? Didn't think much of it when I seen it, right? Because who wants to add a life card to your hand up to one of your leader or character gains plus 3k power during this turn? Who would want to do that? Why would you want to... You know, I could see going for the finish. You know, you do that, then you do that. You're unblockable. I could see some things, but yo, what? This is our prime candidate. The KOP, designed by K Design, is our prime candidate because now we can set up board. Okay. The best way to use it, in my opinion, as of right now, is going to be on defense. At 1 life, the turn before we won our Goldie Roger, okay? It's getting a little dice thrown, okay? But guess what? Typically when we got our bigs, they don't want to swing into a 9. They don't want to swing into a 10 or 13. Hell, sometimes if they're going to pick between the 7s, they would rather get rid of our leader, right? Because they want to get us out of there, okay? So the turn they think they're going for game, and they're calculating a couple of these. We do this right here, okay? We go to 10, and I mean, you're a 10K leader. I don't think there is a larger leader in the game so far. I don't think any leader is going higher than 10. But wait, there's more. What you can also do, okay? If we are at one of those pesky 10 dawn rounds, and we don't see our Goldie Roger, and we drop homeboy right here, we go to 9, okay? From the makers of 10K, come. We got 2 Dawn open. We're a 9K bodied leader. They want to go for game. Okay, they want to go for game. Guess what? We take that last life. We go to 12K. 12K leader for the turn. Are you kidding me? Who's kidding me? Who is kidding me? Somebody is pulling my third leg right now, okay? 12K leader. That is a safe body, okay? That is a safe leader. You are making it through that round, okay? Next turn, you're at 0 life. Hopefully, right? You play out your Goldie Roger and swing, or do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. So that is the theory. Okay. For me, right now, it's taking a little bit of getting used to, right? Because of the Dawn management, right? And what it really is that this guy right here takes us back to 3. So that means the next turn that we would be playing this would be our 9 Dawn turn, not our 10 Dawn turn. So when we play this, we go to 9, and that is your best play. That is hands down your best play. Better than this, and then anything else, okay? But you definitely want this card after this one. I think that's best. Best case scenario, you play this at 8, you play this at 10, you play this at 7 or 9, you play this again. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the best case scenario. But anyways, when you play this at 9 Dawn, you obviously only have 1 Dawn up. No bueno, right? And none of these guys ramp you an active Dawn except for this guy. But he has got to he's got to have one attached. So now you're starting to see where it gets a little jumbled, right? This is now you're starting to see where it gets a little jumbled. However, that's why I think this card, as good as it could be in this list, I think it may also be really good in our other list. In our other list where, you know, we have some more flexible rounds. It's not as stringent because I think it really is just this other one. I think it really is just this one. Where is it? KOP. Oh, I passed it up. I really think it's just this one, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, what is this? This is old school. Anyways, but I really think it might serve better in a list like this where I'm not teeter-tottering between the two, and I am kind of just getting to whatchamacallit? Drop my bigs typically for 8. Yeah. I need to fix this real quick, gang. I need to fix this. Yeah, that, and then I guess I'll just put another one there for right now. I'll just put the love right now, actually. Give me the love. Where is the love? 2, 4, 8. Yeah. We'll find space. I'm gonna save it like that for right now, though. But anyways, yeah. So I do think it might fit here a little bit better. Only because once we get to 10, you know, we drop that. We drop that at 8, go to 9. We drop that at 10. Then the next turn, we would drop this and this. You see what I'm saying? Because we would be still at 10 Dawn. And I think that would be the move. And that would be exactly how we would go from a 9 to a 12K leader for the turn, and then do God knows what the next turn. So anyhow, that's how I think it would better suit. And you know what? For experimentation's sake, we'll get into that first, and then we'll get into the smashes. But before we do, if you have been getting joy and or knowledge from the channel, then come on and join that 3-piece Navy, dog. Be smashing and finger popping, putting on that pressure, or big city hooping for the whole shebang. Also, if you saw this leader and you said, "Hey, sexy girlfriend," you know you got to go to kdesign.com. The link is in the description.
God bless, my guy came out with it for everybody. I love it.
3-piece TCG. Get you 25% off your entire order. It's Cyber Week. Buy 2, get 1 free. Cuss words. Do you want Luffy dunking, posterizing, dragging the sack across the face of Lucci? We all do. Don't search it on don't search it on Works, not Wi-Fi. But yeah, get that. Throw the whole shebang. Throw the whole gang. Okay. Anyways, all the music you're listening to is from my latest album and a couple other releases, more to come. And yeah, now with that, let's go ahead and get into these smashes, shall we? Okay, so I decided to go ahead and set up a sim real quick to kind of give you guys the bird's eye view of the good, the bad, and the ugly with this tech as of right now. Now, I believe that it was this list that would work better with Meteor Strike of Love. And as you see it right now, it looks like I'm more poised to do it with the, all goal everything. However, that's because I went ahead and played the Rush Roger first. Okay. So now I'm giving my opponent a very interesting position to be in. I'm going to pass to them. Okay. Yes, really, intern. Now, they have a, they got a decision to make, right? They can play this out and blah, blah, blah. And they're pretty much boned, okay? They're pretty much boned either way. But what they're more than likely going to wind up doing, right, is swinging into my leader, okay? Or swinging here, etc. So let's say they want to use this on defense. Well, you can't because, you got to have one life card to take. But let's go ahead and let's just say they're going to come at my face here, okay? So they're going to swing here. Boom. And I don't even have any cards. I don't even have any cards. This is a poor example again. God bless. Okay, you know what? Let's just pass the turn. Let's just pass the turn. God bless. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Oh man. Anyways, but yeah, you take the life. There's your guy. Now they can't activate blocker. We got a 10k, and we would theoretically swing for game, right? Now they got that, that. Oh dang, are they getting out of this? Hang on. Are they getting out of this? They got out of it. That's just grand. That's just, oh well, no, we still got this. But yeah, so that's the difficulties in the tech right there is the setup. The setup can be, it's not as straightforward as you would think. It's not as straightforward, at least for this deck. Now, maybe for a red purple Luffy, maybe for a red purple Luffy. But let's go ahead and get into the smashes now that we kind of understand. Maybe I mucked it up even worse, but clear as mud, right? Let's go. All right, gang, our first customer today is gonna be Gecko Moria. Okay, now I've got this card in my hand, burning a hole. Okay, grab me the 10 drop, Roger. Yes, we need to see. I keep wanting to do this. Okay, we got 2 loves. That's too much love. That's too much love. But that's all right. If we got to delete a card with Divine Departure, we know where to go. We're going back and forth. Gecko Moria is a very interesting leader. Yeah, there you go. Meter Striker. Get rid of Meter Striker Love. Me today gets rid of Meter Striker Love because I understand that is a one-time late game maneuver. Typically, we're not doing that more than once. But now you're getting rid of 2Ks for ones. Yeah, now you're in a bad spot. But anyways, so Gecko Moria is a very interesting leader for us to go up against because even when we become 7K, they're just an ability and 1 dawn away from their whole board being able to swing into us. You know what I mean? For the most part. So that's something we've got to be privy to and look out for. Here we go again. Oh man. Yeah. And the thing that's tough about the Meteor Strike of Love is what I was saying earlier. If you ain't got a life to take, that's it, Mr. Postman. That's yo ass. Because what are you gonna do? You can't use the ability. It's now a dead card in your hand. Luckily for us, we're gonna go into the next round of buffoonery, and that is dropping the big Goldie Roger. Get rid of one of those Meteor Strikes of Love, please. Okay. Now they know the tech, but we got a brick out of our hand, and we're gonna be safe. We're gonna be safe. Even a 10K, which is an 8 swinging into a 9. Worst case scenario, they actually get a point on the board, and but then our Goldie Roger comes out. We're 9K again, and they've got to climb that hill all over again. But they're not gonna do it with a 3K body. That's just not gonna happen. Yowza. And they're cooking, boy. Look at that. Going up to 3 life. But, that's what it turns into. Are you going to develop or swing once? Swing into a 10 from the makers of 9 won't happen. 10 definitely ain't going to happen. Now, perfect curve. We got perfect curve, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentle thems. We've got perfect curve. We're going to throw that one out there. See what they do. See what they do, right? They do got the blocker. If they take that, okay, cool. I would like to turn into that Gecko Moria at some point. Right now I'm swinging super high over the leader that they can't help or hope but block. Unfortunately, they took those 2 life. I'm going to go ahead and swing into that 10 cost. And let's just see, are they going to give me some cards or are they going to get rid of their blocker? Let's check on that. Stick that rectal thermometer and see what that temp is. And they ain't got the cards to block out of a 3K over swing. So they gave me the blocker. That's what I'm assuming, okay? Now, with that in mind, I'm like, okay, cool. I am more than happy in taking 1 hit this next turn and then, you know, going for game after that with the Goldie Roger. We do have a blocker. We do have 1 event. We got a 2K and a 1K. We would have had another 2K had we not done our thing earlier. But anyways, again, this is where if we had just 1 extra Dawn, Meteor Strike of Love would have gotten us out of this entire round. Fortunately for us, we have the blocker. The math is on our side. The math is mathing, okay? At this point, there's no way for them to do anything. We can block. I wanted to keep them up there for an extra swing. And now they do have access to yellow events, which, you know, if it could be a Capone beige or something like that. They do got stuff like that, and they are triggering. Yeah, they're it's some full first class buffoonery. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and swing 23K. GGs will not be exchanged, and that's the ball game. And here's the thing. So thanks to our all Roger build, this is gonna be happening a lot. You guys are gonna be seeing this a lot. I hope you like KOP, because you're gonna be seeing a lot of KOP. And this is what we typically want to finish with. So right now, I would say the deck is in a really good spot in the sense that we can experiment. We can start to audition lovely 5th alternates because, yeah, we've got the room. We've got the room because this is what we want to do. As long as we're doing this, we're going to win games, okay? If they are winnable, we will win the games. I think that's it. All right, gang. Now we got ourselves a Crocodilio, okay? Oh, did I mully? I did mulligan. Okay, so this is my new hand. I am going second. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're great. We're golden. Seeing a search when you're running this build, magnifique. Like it, love it, want some more of it. And the other one, yikes. I don't know, man. Don't want a bottom deck. I'm looking at bottom decking Shanks, Newgate, Bond Clay, all these pivotal pieces. But in this one, oh yeah, going second with a Shanks search, yes please. Now we use that card to ramp instead of the buggy. The reason why is, for me personally, in the later rounds, typically I have sometimes no Dawn up. Okay, little to no Dawn up, and guess what works every time? The buggy. You know what I mean? And in the fire service, we talk about, you know, the chainsaw. Yes, great to cut through the roof, but the axe starts every time, right? Well, the buggy, the 2K in hand starts every time, so that's why I favored that one. Then we go into Scopper, Scopper, no Skypey. But yeah, we go into that. We're ramping. We're seeing cards. We've got our big end set up, okay? And I think we're going to play a... Looks like at this point we'll be playing a Rayleigh into a big KOP. Now here, you ain't got nobody to swing at that. Well, you do, but I can do that. And that was a little dick dastardly on my part. I got to say, I cannot recommend that one. I cannot recommend doing that one again. We're going a little hamsky dudes. But what we're trying to do is rush him out the building, okay? Because I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 9 and a 9. Like, we are getting him out of here. We want him out, okay? Now, that's why we went in favor of the Swaley. Don't try this at home, kids. Don't try this at home because I've set myself up to be in a pretty precarious position. Now, the thing is that if they want to go for my leader and get me down to the ground, is what it is. But if they want to get rid of that scoop, now's the time to do it. I won't fight you anymore. Maybe give you 1 2K just to get... Okay. Okay. It's too much. It's too much. All right. So now they've got we've entered the crocodile loops, okay? The croc files, all right? But guess what? We're gonna be a 9K bodied leader, swinging 9 to 5 Dolly Parton. They've got no events. They do not want to part with any of the 15 cards in their hand. And guess what? Everybody's -2. We're a 9K leader, waiting on Roger. Okay. For the rest of the game, it would seem the most vulnerable we will be is right now when we go into this next round. I don't know if I would have took that. I don't know if I would have took that. Not if you could have countered out. Yeah, I don't know if I would have took that again, gang. Because we could have countered out. We could have countered out, and we would have had 3 life for this next turn. That's tough. But anyways, now we're going to be a 9K body leader with 1 Dawn active sexually. And let's see what they can do, okay? Meteor Strike of Love is here. Meteor Strike of Love is here. But we're not able to use it. We're not able to use it, unfortunately. I go ahead and take there because 6 + 6 is 12, and I can get right out of that. Yeah. Trash there. Bing, bang, boom, bop. And GGs are exchanged. 23K to the face. So, again, I told you guys, this is how we're winning. This is why we hot. Yeah, this is why we hot. So, in that situation, I decided to rush down. Now, it's unfortunate for them because it looks like they definitely had some counter to get out of that. I would say that's a 2, 3, 4, 5. So they could have got out of that. They would have had nothing left in hand. But at the same time, with this leader, I don't know what their hand was before, but with this leader, well, they did draw. So maybe they didn't have it. Maybe they didn't have it. But if this was their hand, I would have countered out because you want those cards in your trash anyways. But yeah, they were going to have to give me 23, 7, 9, and 10. That's just not going to happen. We were right there on the cusp of being able to use it, but we couldn't. Let's keep. So now we're going up against a little bit of I Fought the Law, and who won? That was a little too much love. We don't want that much love. We are going first. This is a big one. Okay, so we've got our ramps. I would get Douglas Bullet. I would get, or 2K. Yeah, get the 2K. Because we got turn 1 ramp. We've got, I don't know, maybe we should have got that bullet. Yeah, because we're going first curve. We're going first curve. Yikes. We should have got that bullet. Is what it is, man. So far, it's going to be what it's going to be. Now, we can take a hit. Take a hit. And draw a card. We can potentially see 2 cards this turn. To hopefully, now we're going to see a lot more than 2. Let's take that. Okay, that's not going to help us. We give that up. Please take this. Okay. And then okay, we got another ramp. That's good. And we're able to get rid of these 2Ks. That's going to help us as well. What I mean by 2Ks is they're literal little guys that they beef up. So the thing is that Goldie Roger right now, I feel, has a pretty good matchup into this leader just because of what you see right now. A lot of people, a lot of leaders, they have to sacrifice going for life to swing into a 2K body just so that 2K body doesn't turn into a 7, 8, or 10, literally no exaggeration, and swing back at them. Well, with us, the position we're in right now, because of the way we ramp, the way we search, we're able to swing into these bodies free. And then if you want to swing into our 2K bodies, now you're taking away from your thing, right? And we're able to survive. Now it's pretty crazy because with everything I just said, we're still at 2 life, barely going to 7K. But you know, it is what it is. We've got our next turns set the F up, dog. You see me working my deck right there, working my hand with my deck. Next turn, we're definitely Goldie Roger, right? Turn after that, Big Scoop City, okay? Turn after that, another Goldie Roger, all right? So, like, that's just how it's going to go. Okay, they're going to get rid of that. See what I'm talking about? Swinging into there. We're fine with that. We can give them a 1K. I don't know about that. We give them both of them. That's right. And the thing is that it's not that you have to have a ramp. I used to think you had to have a ramp after you play Goldie Roger because you're going to 9, and when you go to 10, you got to attach. No, because you're nullified. Your leader ability is nullified. So you don't have to worry about that no more. All you got to do is just survive that turn, right? So it is what it is. We're going to swing 9 twice, feeling super nice. We've got the biggest stick in the game, okay, on the board right now with next to no way for them to remove it. Yeah, it's party time. Excellent. Okay, they just went down to 0. This is gonna be that. This is gonna be that turn. So they want to swing 10 at us twice, and that would be nice. However, we're going to be able to get out of everything. Yeah, that was a poor turn. That was a poor swing as well. That was not it either. Yes. And I think they might have figured that one out. Yes. Yeah. No, that was it. And let's be fair. Let's be real. Let's be fair. Let's be real. Let's be real fair. Okay? We had this round. This is it. No blocker established. 23k coming at the face. It don't matter what mistakes they made or didn't make. You know, I take just because we've got Meteor Strike of Love just in time. But you know, we're already swinging. Why am I swinging? Oh, because it's 9 Dawn. Yeah. We're swinging 22. We're swinging 22. So, right now, we're still not going to see a Meteor Strike of Love play just yet. They are going to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is cool. That is cool. That is cool. What is it? Weed is hype. Weed is hype. But yeah, dude, that's not going to be enough. Right, gang. Now we're going to find ourselves against a little bit of that Dracule Mihawk, okay? Okay, that was right after that law match, looks like. Hang on. What was our first hand? Now they chose to go second, which is crazy to me because I'm putting together a video for Mohawk, but you know, yesterday I was hanging out with the fam and I saw that Card D Kaizoku just came out with one. Funny story. I was watching Card D Kaizoku one time and they were talking about how they're in a weird place because they like to play they play meta, but they don't want to be sweaty, as opposed to playing off meta. And I was like, playing meta but not wanting to be sweaty. That sounds like the worst of both worlds. God bless them. Hero on this side, I would definitely say we're whatever we like to play. You know, the most of. I would like to say we want whatever we play because I'm very competitive. As competitive as I am, I haven't just been one of the guys to just, you know, play emu and just do my thing. And it's not because I think, oh no, if I play emu, then I win automatically. No. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. It's that I can't get my male reproductive member hard to play cards that I just don't care about. You got to understand. Right now, where I'm at, spoiler alert. In the anime where I'm at right now, Kaido and Lin just launched their big attack together, and Zoro deflected it. It looks like he deflected it, which is absolutely insane. But anyways, that's where I'm at. So I don't know anything about Emu. I don't know anything about the 5 elders, but I can tell you right now that I typically don't gravitate towards the bad guys. Okay, like I think some of them can be cool. I rock with anti-heroes, but if you're a real POS dog, I don't care. F them for life. I might start cussing again. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about this I was watching One Piece, and they were saying all the cuss words. They were everything but the F word. Really. And then I'm like, why? I know I stopped cussing because there was a video that a viewer was saying, yeah, you know, I play the game with my son. Now, I can have them watch your videos. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's really cool. It's like sweet, touching, 3-piece TCG for the whole family. But, you know, sometimes I just want to get on here and act a fool, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I want to be myself. I did start doing it. I did also stop cussing. Ooh, I think we gotta let that go. No? Yeah. Yeah, I think we gotta let that. Oh God, Bloods, we're not gonna let it go. Oh my gosh, we're crazy. I think that might have been the game. I think that might be the tipping point in this game. Yeah, that might be the tipping point in the game. We're gonna swing 6. We're gonna swing 9. And why would we be swinging 9 before our leader? I'll tell you why. Because we're about to drop that KOP, man. Uh, Food for tea hot. I could have also dropped Scop and then swung with both of these cards. And I would have seen 2 more cards, and I would have basically waited for them to drop a really good card and then drop Goldie Roger to minus that by 2K. You see what I'm saying? I still could have gave him that same 9K swing. Because right now, no rest. Oh, because that's a 10 cost. Yeah, right now, you know. But I don't think one Mohawk does it for him. I don't think one Mohawk can do it. Right? They can go up to 10. They could definitely get out of this. But if they don't definitely get out of this, I'm definitely swinging 16K right after it. Okay, so here we go. Buffoonery at large. They still take. What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh my God. Up to one of your leader or character gains plus 2K power during this battle. Then if you have 8 or more rested cards, that character gains an additional 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they thought they were going to get an additional 2. And you know what? They should have turned that stage sideways for anything. For anything, really. Because, oh no, they already used their ability right there. Yeah. Okay, that's what happened. Drop the combo. I'm going to swing 16, and that's going to be game. Now, it looks like they still could have... Oh, God, no. This was all bricks. This was all bricks. So what could have happened on that end, right? What could have happened? They would have got out of that one probably, because I think I was swinging 13 into 12. Nope, they wouldn't have gotten out of that either way. Because I was like, okay, well, you dropped it, but you still could have countered out. No, they really needed that to pop off for them. And then if that would have, then I would have swung with... I could have divided it, actually, if I wasn't going to... I would have probably developed that, though. I would have developed that. I would have swung there. I would have got him down to 0. And then we would just have to be able to swing with 1, 2, or 3 of our attacks, because they would probably drop and they could have froze here, or they could have froze and went 7. Nah, that wouldn't do it. Or they could have KO'd, but that wouldn't have done it either. I think we would have just had it. Anyways, let's keep moving. All right, gang. We are going up against the Doferston. Okay. Now, let's see how this one's gonna turn out. Oh yeah. Okay, we're good right now. We got second curb, which is what we want, right? We got the dog. Swinging 5. We're gonna take now. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, so we take 2 hits off the bat. Here's the thing. If I swing into Dellinger and they don't initiate it, guess what happens? They get to ramp and search. Okay, so I'm going to swing at the face. Bring out the dog. The dog's not going to pop them, because then that would be whatever. Now, if the dog trashed, yo, that'd be crazy. We don't want to go down to 2K just yet, so we're going to keep moving. Now, one thing I've been learning going against Doflamingo is if you have one attack and they have not used their ability yet, and they got cards like Dellinger or Baby 5 on the field, you are literally just giving them a free search or a free life. So in that case, we're going to pass. All right. I could give them that, right? They don't have any other attacks. Okay, they got Doflamingo. Okay, they got another Baby 5. All right, but we haven't given them any value off of these cards yet. Now, we are good to go ahead and, yeah, we can do some Swaley. Yeah, we can rest something. We're gonna rest Sugar, right? Now, we got at least 2 swings, okay? So we're gonna swing there, see what they want to do with that. Okay, cool. We're gonna swing there, see what they want to do with that. Swing again. Are we swinging with that? So here's the thing right there. I just turned my blocker sideways, right? And the attempt to step, right? We want to step, we want to swing more each time. But what happened was they didn't use their ability. They didn't use their ability, which means now when I swing a 9K, they're obviously just going to go to Baby 5 or Doflamingo, and that's that. So that's a mistake on my end. What I should have done is swung Silver Swaley. Now, you might be thinking, well, they took the life. What's the big deal? The big deal is my blocker's sideways, and as a 6K body, a lot more vulnerable than Swaley would have been. Remember, they don't really have access. I mean, they do. They're purple. They can run Ragnarok or what have you, but they typically don't. And they don't have access to removal as much as other decks, right? So they would have had to swing 9 into 9 the old-fashioned way, right? Versus what they're able to do here. And that's tough because I'm not going to defend that, all right? So I just lost a blocker. Now, that just happens to be the turn they want to drop Big Boot Scoot Loof, and the buffoonery continues, okay? So now we're dropping our Goldie Roger, okay? Feeling good. We're going to swing 9 into 5. And if they want to use their ability and try to block with a Dofi, that's going to be their buns, you know, for sure. Instead, it looks like they're going to go ahead and search. They're going to find a treble. They're going to take that one. And then I'm not going to swing. Yeah. And again, I'm learning. Swing with your leader before your character cards, because your character cards are vulnerable to swings. Your leader is vulnerable to swings either way. Another lesson we're learning, right? Another lesson we're learning. Yeah. You can, we get rid of that. We get rid of that love. That's funny. Okay, and they went ahead and, All right, so now we're going to go ahead and scope. And, we get rid of the no counter. Okay. I'm going to swing. Have I learned anything yet? Have we learned yet or no? We need to swing with our... Okay, we haven't learned yet. You got to swing with your big guy first. Now, luckily for us, they're doing that. I can swing Goldie Roger into Doflamingo. Doflamingos, all right? And see if they want to give me 3 cards. They give me 4 cards. Okay. Shrinking their hand size is good. Yeah. I mean, I think that was the right move. Fortunately, unfortunately, I think that was the right move. Here, we're going to have to let our big guy go, it looks like. 2, 4, 5. We ain't got it. Okay. One of the reasons why we would want to keep our blocker up and ready, right? Now, they're going to enter the bone zone one more time as we are able to swing. I think we should just went to body. But, I mean, they got Baby 5 either way. Okay, they're going to have a interesting little -2 here, -2 there. Foxy Pirates OP7. That was an interesting tech. Let's look at that for a second. So, down -1, give up to one of your opponent's leaders and characters -2K for the turn. Opponents, leaders, and characters. So, yeah. All right, that works. We'll allow it. Really good. What was it called? Oh, another Noro beam? Bro, those beams are out of control. So, we've got a situation where, here we go again. We're down to 0. Yeah, we're down to 0. Okay. Meteor Strike of Love. Meteor Strike of Love right when we don't need it. Okay. Oh, no. No, I think we can use it. That's my problem. Oh, no. And we're just going to swing our bigs. We're swinging bigs first because they got the Noro beam, right? So they can go up 2K. They can rest something. You got to kind of treat them like Bonney. And that's what it's looking like right now. So they're going to do the old -2, -2, right? And at this point, there's no point in me drop or swinging again because I'm just going to heal them, right? I think we just stop right there. Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't see a Goldie Roger to go to 9. Or another Goldie Roger to minus everybody down to the ground. Okay. So I'm gonna waste 2 down there. Thinking I'm gonna go to 10. Oh my gosh. And we almost have it here, right? 2, yeah. We got 19 on the dot. We got 19 on the dot. And unfortunately, right after that, they would have still had another one. They would have still had another one. But outside of that, man, you know, and they would have been fine for another round as well because they would have healed and well, they would have healed with 1 attack, right? Well, they got 1 Dawn up, right? So we ain't got to worry about no 2 cost Neural Beam, right? So maybe we can just swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We know that if we swing once here, they got to give me 2 cards. Let's assume they don't have the cards. They want to take the life. They go to 3 life. And then we would have to have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks land. And that's a lot. That's a lot. And we know that they're going to have access to some cards. So I think it was a little combination of my matchup knowledge and mistakes, and also just flat out not seeing what we have been seeing for the last few games. I didn't see 1 Goldie Roger promo, right? And I did that twice. No, we did that twice, right? Yeah, we did that twice. So, no, we did pretty good. We just didn't see our continuous 9s. But anyways, let's keep moving. All right, gang. Now we're going to go up against some Vivi Theory, okay? Now, this is, I say this every time. This is a leader that I'm very interested in playing. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of good choices in that search. That's the one time we don't like playing a Shank search, am I right? But, you know, anyhow, this is a very interesting leader. They can rush us down. They can play bigs out, give them rush, etc. However, they are just a 4 life leader. I'm hoping that'll work for us, right? We've got a 6 to 5 swinging at them. Now we're going to go ahead and ramp. Okay. And trying to establish these threats. Okay. Next, we've got Scoop. And it looks like we're on perfect curve. We're perfect curve, perfect ramp. Perfect. Yeah, this is going to be what we would consider a high roll game. I get rid of Shanks. I really want to see Meteor of Love. Okay. Meteor Strike of Love. Okay. We got him down to 3. Cavendish is a dish best served cold. Are they at 7? Man, that just seems like a great value play right there. Right off the value meal. Yikes, that's good. That's really good. They're going to be able to swing there. Okay. Yeah, swing there. Okay. You guys see what I'm talking about? They're cooking. However, we got 37 cards in hand right now. And they ain't got no pudding in sight. Okay. They don't want to. Yeah. You know you got them in a strange position when they don't want to. When they don't want to give you a card to keep their blocker alive. Now, I'm also swinging into face instead of trying to clear the Nami. Why? Because I'm a 9K body and I need to get them out of here. Okay, because they will get their bigs. Those bigs are coming. Okay, they're gonna swing 6 to 9. They're gonna do a little cycle in their hand, right? But right now, my next play, Goldie Roger, 10 cost, and then into another Goldie Roger promo, into a Goldie Roger rush nobody can block. Okay, now they're gonna experience a little bit of problems with the arithmetic there. Yeah, that's yeah. I see. Yeah. That's tough. And I'm not going to let anything go because I want all the swings, Daddy. Now we're going to go ahead and minus everybody 2. We're going to swing 7, 9, and 10. Again, we're going straight for the face. We don't care about that board. And that's going to be the ball game. Could they have gotten... They could do 10. No, yeah, let's see what they... Let's see what they had in their hand. Yeah, they had no other reduction. So what they should have done would have just been, you know, -1 here, drop this, do their thing, and then make it so that they can swing bars. But yeah, we're not that at no point were we in danger of really losing. Uh, I mean, what did I tell you guys, dude? This is what we're gonna see. This is what you want to see every turn. This is what you're setting up for. Let's keep it moving. All right, gang. Now we gotta go ahead and test the real meta waters. All right, we're gonna go up against some aces to place with the friendly Whitebeard folks. Now, I am going first because they chose second. Tuna Fish Mintley. Okay, so we are going to, you know, we got to search out our buggy because we got to see our ramp. I would have loved to have another Goldie Roger, but that just ain't in the cards. No pun intended. We do get to see another one though, so, but that means we've seen 3 Goldie Rogers. There's one more Goldie Roger floating around in our entire deck. We're gonna go ahead and take our Rush Roger and call that a day. Now we're gonna swing 10 into 6. Okay, 10 into 6. What do you got for me? We already got them down 1. Okay, because they know they can take hits against us. They ain't got to worry. Please swing into that guard. Please swing into the guard. Swing. Anyways, we're gonna go Yamato. Yeah, I think we need to take this one again. I mean, we could get out of this one. We take. Okay, good deal. Now again, our ramping is a lot more tight. A lot more tight. So yeah, we're just still not going to be on our Goldie Roger turn next. We're still not going to be there. The best we can do is swing 6. This can be a really tough matchup. Going second, of course, is a lot easier. Now, they're going to see their I am Whitebeard on curve. Hashtag no excuses. They get rid of another Whitebeard, I am Whitebeard. So that's something to note. So they must have it ready to roll. We're going to get out of both swings here. This is a no-brainer. Goldie Roger, take me there, daddy. Swing 10 again. Okay. Now we're swinging 10 first because what happens here is if we swing with our lower powered body first and they counter out, guess what? All we're swinging now is 10 and they got an automatic block. We've just left our guy vulnerable for 0 value. 0 value, okay? Versus we swing 10 to see what they want to do, and if they counter out, then we leave our guy standing right side up and we don't give Newgate any value, right? Or we don't make him vulnerable, and we'll save him for another turn. This turn they didn't want to part with the cards. You're gonna give me 2 cards either way. All right, now you're gonna give me 2 cards either way. So that's just kind of how we get down. Also, if they would have taken, we would have also just left Scoop right side up. They're going to get out of that one immediately. Red Rock our 10K body. They're going to swing there. We're going to keep them alive. They're going to swing there again. And we got to let them go. And that's tough. That's tough because we really wanted to keep that body on the board. However, now we've got a 13K body. They just Red Rocked. Do they have another one? Okay. We swung in there. That was a bit of a skill check, kind of see where they're at. They're going to tax gate us, okay? Everybody was telling me I'm wrong for tax gate. Guess what? They just went up to 9, played a tax gate. Everybody's feeling oh so vulnerable. And that's what I'm talking about. We would love to have Meteor Strike of Love right now. It just ain't working, okay? They take. Why would you take? Why would you take? You know I ain't got no blockers. Why would you take? So they're going to swing 12 there. Okay. Swing 13 there. That's fine. If they would have swung, we were at 9, right? They could have swung this. And then we would have had 12, 13, 14. So they were right to not do that. However, from the makers of playing a Rush Roger come playing a Rush Roger of our own. You said you're going to call your dad. You said you was calling your daddy. I am your daddy. Oh, yeah. So what happened, gang? They could have played another one. They could have very well played another one. Would we have been... We would have been there, okay. If they would have played another... I think that would have been their best bet. We would have been a 9K body, though. We had to. We would have been a 9K body. They would have had to turn some things sideways, but... I don't know. I don't know. I think that was a bit of a misplay. They just didn't have the Dawn on their end, though. Yeah, I think if I were them there, I would have dropped another one of these and kept... Well, yeah, they just saw their line of play. Anyways, let's go to the next one. All right, gang. Right after that one comes Shake Your Bon Bon, Shake Your Bon Bon, okay? Now, we always want to know what is the matchup in the green like, right? Because I just hate losing to Bonney. They are going first. We're going second. And they chose to go first, okay? What they're typically going to be looking for is that Shanks play, right? They want to Shanks whatever we develop, you know? And this time around, I'm going to give them this 2K. Stay a little health. Give me a little health, right? Why? Because I know I'm playing Bullet, then I know I'm playing Scoop, and then I know I'm playing Roger. So I can give up a card. Now, the next swing I go ahead and take, that's my business, all right? I'm going to swing 6 here. I'm only going to get one swing anyway, so there's no point in developing Scoop so you can turn my 7K sideways and then possibly carrot my Scoop, right? So now if you want to swing into a 6K body, that's your business. They see Hody Jones so early. It's not even funny. I'm going to give them a 2K there. I'm going to take that one. Who are they going to swing in with? Who are they going to swing with? If they swing a naked 8-7, I'm definitely giving them a 2K. If they don't, oh, they swing. Well, I would much prefer that. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to go ahead and swing. Well, let's swing 8. Wherever we're going to swing, let's swing 8. And maybe to, yeah, Cavendish is not a bad one. Let's get cards out of their hand, right? Because the thing is Bonney with no cards in hand is just becomes significantly less threatening than Bonney with 32 cards in their hand, which is something that happens typically. Now that could have been a 10K swing, right? But that's bait. That's big bait city, okay? Because if I play Goldie Roger and I swing 10 into Cavendish, sure, I probably get rid of Cavendish and they keep all the cards in their hand, right? But then what also happens is they just drop one of the 2 cards in their hands as a non-searchable Shanks that just gets rid of my body. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So that's why we play it like that. But playing around it like that is what's tough about this matchup. Now we're able to save there. They're gonna freeze with Carrot. We could let that go if we wanted. We could also do that. We could also do that, and then we're gonna drop our big Roger. Double Carrot? Oh, because of the Cavendish swing. God bless. 1 card in hand. All right. So now we're going to go down 3. They've got nothing in their hand. We're going to get that one out of the way first. And as I remember, they're going to take forever, and it's because apparently they're at work. Yeah. Okay, so they got rid of that. And then I swung into... yeah, so we swung into that. We swung 10 into 4. Got rid of that. We're back on track. And it's their turn. They're going to drop Mihawk. So here's the thing. Once you can create a situation where Bonney is in the top deck game where they just like, I got to top deck this. You get anybody into that realm. I mean, your luck is just as good as theirs. But we also have the board, right? And so I'm like, let me go ahead and swing it to the 13 and the 6 with 1 card in hand. It's crazy. And they're going to make me wait a good long while again. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Chill, I'm working. Chill, I'm working. Question marks? You're throwing me off. I'm trying to work. When you do question marks and I'm at work, it throws me off. It ruined it. What are you? You're disturbing me. I said, that's cool. Just say something. I thought you left. Nah, 2. What? What is this guy? What? I'm telling you, man. What? You got me? You think you got me with that? Anyways, back to the game. 9-2, and look, with this cheating, just buffoonery deck, we've got all of this, and it's just about exactly what you need to beat Bonney. We take this hit, I think. Yeah, we take this hit. Take the hit, please. Because look at what I'm thinking. Can you guys tell me what I'm thinking? What I think it's finally time for? Oh, I hope you waited till the end. I hope you waited till the end. I think it's finally time for a meteor strike of love. Oh, yeah. Okay, you want to get rid of that card? That is A-okay, Buster Brown. Guess what I'm going to do? Meteor strike of love. Yeah. Give me 10K. Now, if you want to swing 11 into 10, I will do a buggy and we will keep it moving. And the next turn will be a Goldie Roger. All unblockable. What? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. And then watch. It goes back to work. God bless. Finally ends the turn. They swing and I got out of it. 13-5. Okay, turn the other 13 sideways. Now 7. Okay, 9, 10. And yeah. Ha. That's not GG. Opponent ready for rematch? Get him out of here. Get that corn out of my face. Think I want to sit around for another minute? Every time I swing 10 into 6, I'm going to want to sit around and wait for you to finish your job? Get out of here. So anyways, I think that was a beautiful play. I think that was That was a beautiful play. It not only did it set up the next play, right? But I mean, somebody come look at this. So you got rid of that, and even if they swung, well, even if they would have swung 11, right? They could have swung all of it. It wouldn't have done nothing. 11 into what I had was I was going to 12 no matter what. So yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Now, how do we set this up? That's what I'm interested in. Where did we find the time? Where did we find the dawn? Okay. So this turn, it was as simple as that. It was as simple as that. It was as simple as having a turn where you have 10 Dawn and your Goldie Roger out. We did the thing. And we didn't even have that. We really played this. So it could have been off of that. We could have been a 9 going to 12. But instead we were just 7, right? We played out Swaley. Now, why they didn't want to go for life? Oh, it's because they wanted to do that. Yeah, they wanted to do that. Then they wanted to keep me at 1, survive, and then 2-shot me, I guess. But yeah, you know I got it. F with me, you know I got it. Let's go ahead and take it to just a list. Well, there you have it, gang. All right. Another really great showing by the all Goldie Roger package. I think this is probably really gonna be my leader once that promo comes out, man. Man, come on, give us the promo, dog. I can't believe we should have had it already. That's what I can't believe. I can't believe that we should have already been playing with it, dude. I would have been, man. But you know what? That's fine, I guess. It's been a little busy for me personally. I wasn't able to make it to locals yesterday. I'm actually recording this video today on Monday to put this out today. Same day recording and putting out, okay? You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But I am very much looking forward to building this list out. And it just really works like this. What you can't do is drop this. You go to 9 Dawn the next turn, and you play Whitebeard. That's not gonna work because of Homeboy right here. You know what I'm saying? So it really this is like that rug in the Big Lebowski. Okay, it really ties the room together. You know what I mean? It really ties the deck together. But you got to see Meteor Strike of Love. Finally, work against just, if it had to work against anybody, work against Bonney. Okay, work against Bonney and get Bonney out of here. You know what I mean? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. But anyhow, it was a lot of fun. I think this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite list to run. And yeah. Okay, so if we're thinking critically though, I think the next run I need to make is probably going to be with the KOP gate. Okay, and I think it's going to be this list. All right, and I think it's going to. Yeah, I think it's going to be this list, and I think we might actually see it pop up a little more often. A little more often. Yeah, a little more often. The only thing I could do to make sure it continues to pop up a little more often would be to get rid of the new gates and in place put some katakuris there, right? Pros and cons. Pro, we would have a blocker that, let me pull up cat so everybody can see what I'm talking about. We could have a blocker that would also ramp us, right? The ramp at 8 Dawn is kind of, it's not a big deal because we would still go from 8 to 9 and you know, we're still going to have the same effect, right? We're still not going to be able to play Shanks that next turn because we have to attach a Dawn. So that's not really the big issue. But we would have a blocker that gets to, it's essentially like the Zoro, right? It gets to swing and restand, which is just crazy sauce. But the thing is that if we find ourselves at 10 Dawn and we want to play a big, we've got 4, 7, 9 choices to play an 8 cost body and still have 2 Dawn active to play Meteor Strike of Love on defense, right? Which would allow us to become a 10k body at the very least, okay, for the turn and take a life and you know, proc our Goldie Rogers ability. On the flip side, you know, getting all of this established is great, including Roger. The other play is, of course, you get Roger out there and then you take your last life and now you're a 10k body on offense, okay? Goldie Rogers already on the field. You get what I'm saying? So you could do it both ways. You could establish Goldie Roger, and then that next turn, if they don't get rid of Goldie Roger, you can also, well, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You'd only be able to do it on offense, yeah, because you don't have that Dawn open. But anyways, I want to take this out next. Yeah, I want to take this one out next, and see what I want to see what I can get with it. See what we can get. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. And I'm running 3 Meteor Strike of Love. I might bump that down to 2. I'm running 3 of it right now because I really just wanted to see it and actually play it. And I know that it's a later game play that I want to make. So, you know, that's where we're at. But anyhow, I'm going to try and get this one edited ASAP Rocky and get it out to you guys as soon as humanly possible. And then you're going to see me in the same shirt, my Spider-Man. I literally Googled purple Spider-Man shirt, and it came up a No Way Out with him and Doctor Strange. I've had this one for a while. It was in my car, so I never wore it. Anyhow, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try and get this one out to you guys as soon as humanly possible. And then I will be giving you guys my thoughts on Marvel. I was going to say Marvel Rivals. Marvel Tokon, okay? Marvel Tokon these. Anyhow, love you guys. Love yourself, respect others. I think I'll put Decklist in the Discord. No, I'm not going to put, I'm going to tell you I'm not. And if I do, it's a great surprise. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to. But anyways, big shout out to Spamthulu again. Thank you guys so much. Love yourself, respect others. Live in your purpose, on purpose.
Stuck up in it, stuck in it. I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change. I said I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change.